Androne 4000's charge. Oh, it hasn't worked, and they got straight to nuts too. Pushed in there to dead metal and getting away. Pushability, the big shove, and an occasional mistake by Max 2. And they were on the attack there.
From concussion, nuts to spinner.
They say the apple never falls far from the tree, but despite his farming background, team captain Rory's an electronics genius who built oddball spinner Nuts 2.
A family of farmers, cider you make.
Oh, yeah, cider.
Yeah? That's quite a nice business to be in now.
Yeah, Somerset cider farmer.
Yeah.
Rory's brilliant future isn't in Scrumpy. It's in those advanced pieces of electronics engineering he creates from his dad's farm shed.
My father's a cider farmer in Somerset. I've stolen his hat. This is the advantage of all the agricultural tooling and big workshops and all the rest of it working on the farm machinery. My dad's, supportive of it, but he'd quite like me to find a real job and move out at some point.
So the furry vests, the hats, are they all a kind of decoy?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a serious team, but it's got some serious,
Come on, you're
serious
a professional
engineering behind it.
roboteer.
And we've brought something new to the table. It's called a melty brain. It's a complicated bit of electronics which allows us to drive and spin at the same time.
It means I can spin up to full and chase down opponents while spinning. So it means we're
so you're
fully
not just
dangerous all the
static.
time. Yeah.
Is Nuts 2 now going to be a CV for your future career in roboteering?
I would hope so. If it works as expected, it's got some, serious engineering in there.
Give it up, please, for Rory and Nuts 2.
The teams head to the arena for our second group battle.
3, 2, 1.
Concussion on the left, him very confident beforehand, but immediately Androne 4000 comes at his first ever fight. First time they've ever built a robot. The flail is up to speed and whirring. Oh, and Concussion got on the attack. And I think that's damaged one of the tyres, one of the wheels. And Concussion it has, it's not up to speed now. With that flail working, that can cause damage. Always been a great fun machine, never won a battle though. Little nudge from Androne 4000 on Concussion, which looks a good machine. So too does Androne 4000 with that crushing cylinder arm for the maximum force of about 8 ton. Oh, little cluster bomb went flying through the air there. They're important. They'll wedge in underneath. They'll keep the machine like Concussion still, while others can come in and do the damage. Look at them buzzing around there. And look at Androne 4, the crushing ability down on the armament there of Concussion.
I get him. Go, 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 go.
But at the moment, the armament is okay as Nuts 2 moves gingerly across the arena floor. And Androne 4000 Concussion, as they have been so far, locked together. Very closely exposed tyre there. The crushing beam. What's happened to Androne 4000?
What's happened here now?
He's dead.
We're dead.
What on earth's happened? Something's gone wrong. The concussion drum is still working, the 26-kilo drum, but they're locked in a kiss of death, and out comes dead metal. Well, 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 both of them look so sharp. Nuts 2 spinning gloriously. What a fun machine it is.
Look at it battering it.
Go on, Rory. Go in again.
With the melty brain technology, it can spin and move at the same time. Very clever, very entertaining. Never won a fight. It's going to win a fight now. We're going down to see St Androne 4000 Concussion. We'll have to face the redemption battle. Nuts 2 through. Who'd have thought that?
Yeah, good luck getting our link.
An unsung role played in this battle. Little clusterbox going in his wedges to try and stop Androne 4000. There's the big flail of Nuts 2. It's a big old machine anyway at 97 kilos. Rory Mangles at the control. Concussion. Were they greatly improved? The wheels too exposed for me. When they got locked together, they couldn't separate. And from that position there, I'm afraid it was a kiss of death, an embrace of doom.
Did that go to 3 minutes, or did it do an immobilisation count?
There seems to be confusion in the control room, but the judges ruled that Androne 4000 and Concussion's lack of separation counts as immobilisation. So it's my job to reveal the result to Rory and Team Nuts.
I've been waiting 3 seasons now to say this. Nuts are the winners.
Yay! Yeah, great. And actually, it worked. It actually genuinely worked. It's spinning, it's
And
slowly hopping
It's a little bit
towards.
slower than we hoped. We've got a new bit of firmware to upgrade it, so hopefully the next fight we can get it a bit faster.
Lovely. Is this the start of something huge, lads?
We shall see.
Excellent. We are straight to the semi-final.
Oh, yes.
And the others have to pick up the pieces. Excellent. And here comes. Meanwhile, robotics engineer Alex and chartered engineer Chris of Nuts 2 are busy plotting Androne's demise.
We have the mini-bots, and we know from our first melee they can get under Andron really well and can stop it dead in its tracks.
So that's it.
Our job is to keep Andron immobile while Nuts gets up to speed.
The ethos behind Nuts is it's still a fun robot, but we've got way more technology behind the main robot and the mini-bots, and a lot of what we're trying now has never been done before in Robot Wars.
If we win here, it puts us through the heat final, which is kind of scary because, you know, it is Nuts, and Nuts isn't supposed to be a good robot. We're just, you know, hoping for a bit of good luck.
Upgraded their multi-brain technology to make them quicker across the arena floor. They'll use the little cluster bots, we know that, to try and immobilise still Androne 4000's charge. Oh, it hasn't worked! And they got straight to Nuts too, pushed in there to dead metal and getting away. Good drive there from Androne 4000. What's happened though? And they're venting their hydraulic fluid. Androne 4000, the flail of Nuts 2 has pierced the hydraulics of Androne 4000. They won't be able to self-right. I think they're effectively out.
Press the button.
The man who looks like Chris Martin, the pop star. It's Coldplay for you from now on, my son.
John, I've never seen arterial spray from a robot before.
It was the piercing of the hydraulics that means cease is called. Nuts 2 the winner.
That was good. Excellent.
They simply couldn't move without the hydraulics. Once that hydraulic fluid were gone, so were they.
That was incredible.
Well, it looked so good, Androne 4000 at the start, but they've got the flail up to full speed. You can see there the hydraulic fluid spurting out from the flailing attack of Nuts 2. That's what caused the damage. Androne 4000's own attack took it into dangerous territory. It therefore couldn't move fully after that. Hydraulic fluid all over the arena floor. Androne 4000, out it comes. The jet of hydraulic fluid. Look at that. No, who's going to repair that? Me, I suppose. I'll have to be out there with a mop. And out there, it's going everywhere, that fluid.
We've sent people home in bin bags in the past, but we've rarely sent them home with a mop and a bucket.
It looked good, but it made a bit of a mess.
It made a heck of a mess. Well done, Nuts.
Yes,
the wins
well,
keep coming.
That wasn't quite how I was expecting to win it, but it was good to win it either way. Quite exciting fighting on an oil slick.
Yes.
Nuts is very difficult to drive as it is, but with oily wheels, it becomes very undrivable and very drifty.
But actually, it's becoming quite a threatening machine.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be silly and crazy and kill things. You know, it seems
What a wonderful motto that is to take away
you know.
Sunday evening entertainment. Still be silly and crazy, but kill things.
Yeah.
Touch it.
So will Rory's electronic wizardry or Tim's brute force reign supreme? Time to find out.
Robotics, stand by.
Oh, this means so much to both teams. Concussion not leaving anything to chance of even put on extra armour. They're calling Nuts guards.
2, 1, activate.
Now Concussion with the cricket batsman's equivalent of a box, a Nuts guard. Using it to effect to dodge the flail. Couldn't dodge the floor flipper. Has dodged the flail a little bit. In comes the angry little off-cluster box. Over goes Concussion. Look out for the Nuts clusterbot. The plan with the clusterbot is not to do damage, but to get in underneath opponents and hold them back while the great flails of Nuts get up to speed. And I'm not too sure here whether or not the Nut guards are impeding it, actually. Concussion, oh, look at the power there.
Taking out his own teammates there.
What is wrong? Concussion is totally stuck.
Concussion can usually drive both ways up, but those Nutbuster guards are stopping them moving.
Oh, wow!
Is he going to turn it over? Go on, turning it over.
I think it's your Nutbusters getting in the way.
spinning manically. And their own improvements have led to their downfall. Oh, goodness me! Shunt coming in with an absolute slam with the axe, and look at that, Sue just waiting.
Won't he? Oh, come on, smoke. Come on, Sean, flip us.
There you are, look, you can see the guard buckled, and it means that wheel can't turn freely. So they can spin around and around and around, but boys, concussion team, you ain't going nowhere. Nuts 2 headed for victory.
Oh, one of the guards is gone. It was one of his guards.
In comes a little cluster bot, again, the head on Shunt, one blow onto the wheel. Oh, this is grisly for concussion. Nuts 2 trying to get the flail up to full speed. Concussion maybe trying to hide behind the floor spikes. Little clusterbot trying to get a wedge in. Ah, you can see the problem. That wheel is absolutely wedged tight. Then I'll do.
Okay, here we go.
This is for show now. They're showboating out there, Nuts 2, with the spin to win.
Just stop moving. But you keep moving.
They're immobile. Concussion beat. Nuts 2, worthy heat winners.
Well done, lads.
Nicely done. You gave us one hell of a run there.
Just couldn't get you. Couldn't get you.
Oh, yeah. Well done, well done.
Hit melty brains.
A figure of fun, no longer, Nuts 2. And they were on the attack there, Concussion. But here is where the trouble started. That flip, and from that moment, they can't move as well as they would want to. Big hit from Shunt. And Concussion, it was just a question here of trying to stay out of trouble. They've stayed around the floor spikes, I think hoping that the spikes would turn them back over again, but it hasn't happened. They've never got back into the battle.
Another ding-dong final, but Concussion were the ones who were knocked out. And were you knocked out as much by the arena and the house robots as you were by Nuts?
Yeah, I mean, we took some major damage from Shunt. The weapon stopped the second he hit us. He's literally exploded the contactor, I think.
And then there are two good flips, one of which you end up most of the time you seem to spend trying to flip yourselves back over again.
Yeah, we nearly did it, but unfortunately, I think the things we put to stop Nuts on there may have been why we couldn't do it.
This is a cruel irony, because you put Nuts guards on here, and that meant you couldn't drive it upside down.
Yeah, we
and
did
now you move on to a melee with 10 robots in the room.
Yeah, and we already know there's a couple of big names in there, so we're gonna see what we can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Concussion.
Well, Nuts, the joke robot, the supposed joke robot, and you've the last laugh.
Yeah, undefeated in the grand final now. With almost no damage. I'm not quite sure what's happening or why or how, but I'm not gonna complain.
Does it look a little haphazard? Was that the melty brain, do you think? Was that what sealed it?
The melty brain was doing a great job there. Got up to full speed and could slowly turn into them with the flails going full speed, so it was working really, really well.
Well, I'm not sure you know how you did it, but we're glad you did it.
Yeah.
Well done. Please make some noise for Nuts.
Yep, that's Nuts. And it wouldn't win any beauty contests among our robots, but it's the one that's in the grand final. That's all from us, however, for now. Good night.
Well done.
I think we're pretty much as surprised as anyone to see Nuts this far. As a flail spinner, we have the advantage of a lot of reach. We've got about a metre of flail each side, so it can reach into places where people don't normally armour. It's not the hardest hitting robot, but it'll hit places where people aren't expecting.
We kind of see it that if someone uses entanglement against us and it doesn't work, then they'll be punished accordingly.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Carbide, bottom view picture coming up. Bear him off to the right-hand side. Comes in with a little nudge on the reigning champions. Nuts 2 whirling up to speed. The other two machines need to stop Nuts 2 getting up to speed or stay out of trouble from that huge weaponry. When they spin to win. They're at the controls of Fairmont and Concussion driving. Oh, that's one of the Nuts 2 little mini bots out there. And they push the pit and down go Fairmont.
What happened there? The little one pushed the pit. Oh, dang it.
Utter confusion in the Fairmont team. Oh, Well, that was gone. I think that's Carbide's chain, which drives the weaponry from that last attack by Nuts too. The weapon's not working, the big bar spinner, which means all they've got now left is pushability, the big shove and an occasional mistake by Nuts too. And they have one there, but they've got nothing really now to use against Nuts too, apart from the ability to push. And Nuts too, as you can see, a very, very difficult machine to get close to push. You get close to Nuts too, and you're going to be destroyed. And Carbide, in releasing the guy has released the Roadhouse robot, so Killalot comes out now. What can Carbide do then? Dodging flame pits and spikes and thorn nippers and wedges.
They can't really fight each other.
Carbide's reign of terror could be coming to an end. We go to fog of war, which really doesn't help things at all, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little wedge again, trying to pin Carbide to the spot by wedging it, so Carbide can't get any traction, and Nuts too think they've won it.
Is that it?
Sam and Dave look resigned. They're immobilised, I think. The judges are ready to count them down and out.
Move it and just do something.
Carbide has one wheel spinning, but not the other. They need to move. They're being counted down. Oh, goodness me, how did they survive that?
Just 1 second, he got away.
They were nearly counted out. A little nudge from the wedge helps, but Nuts too on top. Carbide need a miracle.
Yeah, basically, it's a tiny robot is beating Carbide.
Oh, the ignominy. The champion's being chased around by a tiny, teeny, touchy little thing. There's Nuts too, with a big, big flail. No chain for Carbide. He looks perplexed. He now has to fight a very tactical battle. But Nuts too, so obstinate.
Go on, pin him.
Nuts too are pirouetting. That's for show, showboating, but why not? Because ultimately, and I think this terrific battle will go the distance.
Tyres looking a bit knackered.
Nuts too have done enough, and I think Sam and Dave know it. What an upset this is. I have never seen Carbide in this particular predicament. As we go to cease.
Well done, guys. Cheers.
Well done, guys.
What a performance by Nuts. Well, Behemoth with the aluminium scoop bucket designed to take hits and did from Carbide, but they got themselves parked on the pit as the little wedge robot sent the pit down and Behemoth with it. The Carbide rendered impotent when the chain came off. And Nuts too, so often a joke character in Robot Wars, now to be taken seriously. Carbide killers.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Carbide from the left, Nuts too, and the little cluster bots on the right-hand side. Good attack by Carbide. They have the chain guard now to deflect the mighty flail of Nuts too, the reigning champions. Back in. Carbide came in with huge power, and it's Nuts too sustaining damage.
Oh, that's half a ring. Got one flail left.
The full-body flail spinner that is Nuts too against the bar spinner that is Carbide. The little clusterbot again releases Fog of War this time. They're using the clusterbot as we saw them do earlier on. Carbide looks a bit perplexed. Oh, a bit wily, just staying out of trouble till the Fog of War cleared, having a look, having a check. Nuts too doing absolutely nothing in there.
Oh, what was that?
Nuts too, I think, is now wild.
It's gone. Nuts is gone.
I don't think they have any sort of control there on Nuts too. They can't get out of the CPZ.
No, we're dead.
No, it's still moving.
They're still moving, so they're still active. They're not immobile yet. One sidebar ripped clean off by Carbide.
You dead then, guys, or what?
Dead, yeah. Dead.
And the Carbide team, the cluster bots mean nothing now. Nuts too immobilised and out. And Carbide can go in and destroy the little cluster bots.
Cease.
Carbide through to the final. Reputation restored for the champions. Always out for enjoyment, Nuts 2. And they really performed well with the flail, but Carbide had made the changes. They knew they could withstand the flail with those changes, and that was the moment that the Nuts 2 protective bar came hurtling across the arena. Nuts 2 gone really. Carbide, what a mean-looking machine again. They are back to their very best.
It's a bit of a slow, sad clap. Rory!
Oh, dear.
Come here. Oh, man.
That could have gone a bit better.
You were the joke robot coming into the competition.
Yep.
You beat the reigning champion once. I don't care. Most people haven't managed to do it ever. So take heart and come back.
Oh, we will.
Yeah?
We will.
Now, less of a slow clap this time. Please make some noise for Nuts 2. Goodbye. Thank you so much.